Hello, my friends! It is August, and it is the design workshop for the Stitch People Club. If you are watching live, I appreciate you. If not, apologies for not getting the links out. If it just had a little confusion on the back end, I'm doing my best to figure out how to do this all on my own. So anyway, I messed up, and I apologize for that. So hopefully this is recorded, and you can still watch later. Or if you saw Discord or Instagram, I'm trying to get the word out with the link. I didn't realize the link wasn't up before I began. So, again, apologies. We're still going to be designing. We're still going to have a good time. I, for some reason, just got the urge to make a Spice Girls portrait. That's what I'm doing. I watched the what is it called? Dirty Pop documentary on Netflix about the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and Lou Pearlman and all of that, and it just had me in a 90s mood. So I thought it would be fun to do the Spice Girls since they all have their own flavor, as they quite notoriously do. Forgive my my little naked Stitch People bodies. I just wanted to have the templates kind of ready to go before I began, just to save some time. I decided to pull this iconic image. I think this was like I had a friend who I'd never had a Spice Girls poster, but I had a friend who did, and like this was the big Spice Girls poster. So like that's I just feel like classic Spice Girls, everybody being their posh, sporty, ginger, scary, and baby selves. So we'll use this image as the order of characters here. And I think I'll just jump right in. Our first character is Posh Spice. She's got strappy heels, which will be really interesting. I think it'll look a little odd on the straight leg shape. So that'll be a fun challenge just to figure out how to make that look right. And then we have this this dress or lingerie, whatever it is, quite skimpy, but you know that's the look. And her straight hair, easy peasy. I think what's interesting about all of their outfits is they're pretty straight ahead. A lot of the magic with stitching the Spice Girls is going to come with the stitching of it. So that might be fun to do that ultimately. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clip her out and just bring her closer to my stitch person here. So how do we want to do this? I think I'll start with clothes just to cover her right up. She's got a pretty low plunging neckline. She's got spaghetti straps that aren't all the way to the edge of the shoulder. They're into the shoulder a little bit. So into the shoulder a little bit, but quite plunging. So we'll give that 2 squares. I think what I'll do is I'm going to extend the skirt just with some squares, and I'll just change this to a, what is that, like lavenderish, very, very, very light purple background, purplish gray, just to get us started. And then I can go in here and shape the neckline. This is going to be like the black lace, isn't it? Which we'll figure out how to do later. So it has this neckline. Is that a sweetheart neckline technically? I'm just following the angle here of the neckline itself. This is going to be a 2-to-1 ratio kind of a angle. And then we'll bring the skin tone down beneath again. Feel good about that. She's also got this waist situation going on. I think that definitely contributes to the shape of the dress. So first I'm just going to remove some corners and let's see. We'll adjust this waist. It's she doesn't have a very petite waist. Like I do. I'm like, I don't have a lot of room, so my waist is like this. She's got like a nice long torso is what I mean. So we'll use longer angles here. And I think I can bring see, is that more accurate or is that more accurate? Oh, hello, Mom Hawk and Merope. Hello, my friends. Welcome. I realized I need to put my chat on my main screen here so that I don't miss any of your amazing comments. Okay. So, let's see, slants with a thin thread. Yeah, I think that's definitely how I would execute. I'm going to play with the leg shape a little bit and see if, because I think part of the strappiness is the way it, you know, it's wider at the width of the calf until it tapers down near the ankle. So it might just look a little zebra-esque if I don't adjust the, let's see, if I don't adjust the shape of the leg. So down here, I think what I'm going to do is I might as well just get this in place because I have an idea for how I'm going to tackle it. I'm just going to make all of these a skin tone color. I actually think I might be able to get away with one more like this. I mean, it is not a long skirt, as is notorious with the Spice Girls. So I think if I did it like this, I'm going to create an X over here that I can group together and copy and paste. Like that. And then maybe what I would do is like half stitches like this. Just for the shape of that lace on the bottom. Yeah. I mean, I think that proportionally is pretty correct. In which case I do think I want to keep the waist just a little higher. That looks pretty darn good to me. And then I'll take, I know when it comes to stitching this, like if I'm doing a pattern that I'm not like making available to the Stitch People community or anything, if I'm just making a pattern for myself, I don't usually go so far as to create the, you know, floral effects or whatever it is in the pattern. I just know that once it comes to it, I will, you know, tackle the florals as needed. But for now, I'm just going to add some randomized half stitches around just to sort of remind myself, hey, we've got these flowers to consider. How's everybody? How's things? How's life? It's been a crazy summer. I can't believe it's already back to school time. But that means fall, and I love the fall. 'Tis the best season of the year. Okay, so I'm feeling good about the randomization here. You know, it's just random. That's all we're doing. Okay. With this accounted for, that's not exactly how I would stitch it, but it's just a visual reminder of the fact that that I'll need to do something with it when I stitch it. We'll make that lace a little thicker. I also like the idea of just the way the black florals lay on this lavender. You do really get a crispy outline up the top of her dress. And in fact, with the way the fabric is so randomized with the dark, it gives it a bit of an outline effect. Like if you look along her waist, there's sort of a dark line with the shadow, excuse me, with the shadow, the combination of the shadow and the dark florals, it does give us a little bit of an outline effect. The skirt, the lace on the skirt also has this tiny little flare, which I'm just now noticing and I want to account for. So I'm going to pull that out actually and just let everything come out to there when I stitch it. Very, very minimal little detail, but could make all the difference in making it just look just right. Yeah, Merope, that's a great. Can you do French knots for the motif of the dress? Absolutely. Yeah, I'll probably do a combination of straight stitches with, because if I zoom right in, actually, let me see if the poster image, yeah, I was gonna say the poster image is a little clearer. You can really, really get the effect of her dress. I'll probably do straight stitches in like a dark gray or like dusty purple for some of these streakier flowers. And then on top of that, I'll do a few loose French knots to represent those flowers on top of her dress. So, feeling good about that. Now, let's get a high heel shape on her foot. This is usually how I tackle high heels, is that I have this and then I'll bring the, I'm just gonna click this so it fills my pointer here. There we go. So this is usually the shape that I do for high heels for the foot. Her heels are really, really delicate. So let's see if we can see them any better in the other photo. Not really. She's facing forward quite a lot in both pictures, but you can tell they're just really simple strappy heels. So I'll just give her, you know, the shoe a base here. And then she's got a toe strap. And then she's got one around her mid-foot. So the toe strap would go like that. Maybe mid-foot would go like this. And then it swirls up the ankle up to her mid-calf. So if this is the lace, we need to approximate her knee would be about here. So mid-calf is going to be like max here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swirls up her leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are going to have to go outside the holes of the Aida fabric ever so slightly. And the ones towards the bottom are a little closer together. So we'll do half, and then we'll do a little less than a full, and then a little more than that. Yeah, so, I mean, technically that is correct. Because we're working with such little space, I'm actually going to reduce by 1. She has 5 twists up her leg, but we're not working with like a full-length human leg. We're working with these tiny little Stitch People characters, and the point is to represent, not replicate. So I want it to look, her leg doesn't look crowded by these twists. You know what I mean? Versus if I tried to fit all 5 in my Stitch People portrait, it would look crowded. And I think I would rather have it look right than be precise, if that makes sense, because you can make some creative calls. Yeah, kind of like that, maybe. Now, if we did want to play with the shape of the leg, this could get interesting. We could play with making the heels go even higher, like this. That's one option. We could also work with half stitches to give her calf some pop. That looks insane, but bear with me. If we kind of pull one of these, and if we give this a half stitch situation, that might just be trying too hard, but maybe not. Let's see how the strappies look on the other side if we recreate them. So we need our toe, whoa, we need our toe strappy. And then this would be like our midfoot strappy. And then ankle strappy goes up this way. 2, 3, 4. Like that maybe. I don't know that we have to do that. That's interesting. But I did also adjust the heel itself. So if we bring the heel down to match what the other one is, the high heel on the other side of the foot. I don't know if this will change it. It'll bring the straps more like this down the leg. Just testing our options here. Now I'm thinking about how I'm going to stitch that. It's going to create just 2 columns of cross stitches is going to look really clean. If I do little half stitches and little half diagonals, it might look a little messier, but it is going to be covered with the straps. I don't know that it's totally necessary. I think I'm going to split the difference. Here's what I'm going to do, because what I did like is exaggerating the heel when we played with that on this side. So if I just make that go up a little more. How does that look? To just make the heel more dramatic. I think splitting the difference is the choice, because it makes the heel look a little more intense, which it is. It gives more space to the foot overall, which helps the whole thing look a little more strappy. And I'm actually, what if we get rid of that? Yeah. I kind of like that. I think that's about right. Yep. Exaggerating the heel to my eye helps create a little more shape in the leg, even though we're not actually changing the straight calfy situation there. I'm going to catch up on the chat. Rob says, everything's good. Can't wait for summer to end. Yeah, it's been a hot summer. And Mom Hawk is making a pattern for family cross stitch. Includes 3 generations. Oh my goodness. That is a big one. Congratulations. That's a fun project. Can't wait to see it. Just keep plugging away. Take your time. It's like 3 portraits in one. But totally worth it. I love those bigger portraits. So for Posh Spice, she's got very, very dark brown hair. Usually my Stitch People portrait hair goes 1, 2, 3, 4 rows above the eyes. So I'm just going to quick fill this in. And her hair goes straight down to the shoulders. She was ahead of her time with the long bob. But I do want to shape it, and her hair goes quite close to her eyes. Oh, I remember this era so vividly. I'm a natural hair tucker. Like, I always just tuck it behind my... I hate having hair in my face. So I always struggled whenever I had bangs, or when I was a child in the 90s. And, like, that was the look, was, like, leaving your hair in your face, in front of your ears. And I would always tuck it. And then I'd forget, and then it would sort of get the shape of being tucked around my hair, and it wouldn't look straight and cool like Posh Spice. Gosh darn it. I think there should have been like a normal Spice. Setting better expectations for the young generation Spice. How do I feel about this shape? That's not right, because her forehead goes up quite a bit. You're right. This is a Monica hair, not a Posh Spice hair. Totally right. I mean, I guess it was that era. And I think if I stitch this, I'm going to be probably doing real hair techniques. So I would be bringing the hair down kind of like here, more over the face. Like I would definitely do some strands like this. So I might just put those there to help with the shape as I'm figuring out this hairstyle and how I want to represent it here. She also doesn't have a smile. That's throwing me off. That helps, to be honest. I think 2 of these lines is too much. I'll just leave 1 for, and then it's the bottom of the hair that really, so if this comes in, that comes out a little bit. I think oops, nope. Maybe here. Yeah, I think if I give this just a little bit of shape, that'll help. We can maybe, her hair comes up onto her, just brushes her shoulder. So maybe 1, maybe like that. We'll fill in the shoulder just to keep the lines right. I also could soften the lines around the top of her head. Sometimes looking this closely, it's like when you stitch a portrait with all the squares, you sort of naturally, I don't know, the floss, like it all softens the angles. I feel like when you're working with the digital patterns, the 90-degree angles look so much more severe. And sometimes it's like, that's not right, you know? There we go, that's better. And then if I do a similar thing down here, and this again is more representative. No, it's straighter on this side. This is more just representative because when I stitch it, I'll be approaching it just a little differently, you know, but we're putting it in so that we don't forget to stitch it. I actually feel really good about that, to be honest. As far as like stitch peopleifying Spice Girls is concerned, I do think I want to experiment with, yep, that's what I need. I think her shoulders are like too low. I just moved it all up and I actually like the way that looks. So I'm going to copy a dress row and bring that down. I think I made her neckline and stuff too low insofar as like Stitch People proportions are concerned. That looks more right to me. It elongates her body. I mean, I don't know, she looks long. I know she's a petite person, but we needed that. That one row made all the difference. Okay, so I think that's it for Posh Spice. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Well, actually, you know what? We could continue to portray their expressions here with, I wonder if we gave them like little eyebrows, if that would help. If we just give her sort of some little flat eyebrows. I don't know. We'll play with it. I don't usually do eyebrows. I also want to change her, give her that like mauve 90s lip, that dark. There we go. And we'll do, just give it a little more weight. Yeah, that's really funny. Okay, so now on to Scary Spice, and I'm excited for the Spice Girls with the platform shoes. I have done lips before, Merope. Let me see if I have my sample accessible. Yeah. So in last year's club classes, I was working my way through the EP covers of this artist I like, Queen Herbie, and she also has a makeup line, and so her makeup is always like super, super good, like in her, just the way she does her own makeup personally. There we go. So we did a bunch of these for design and technique classes, and I did fuller lips. So we could definitely do this for Posh Spice. And it might be worth doing for the Spice Girls. We also gave her eyebrows because she often had really defined eyebrows. So this is all the same woman, you know, just different album covers. So actually, I will do that. I will do that for Posh Spice because I think you're onto something. Rope. Hello. Focus on me again, camera. Thank you. Perfect. So let me zoom on into her lips. The way that I was doing these is just, no, down here. Give it a little halfy half, and then there's just a lot of quarter stitches. Like this. And in the design, it looks like there's more room than there actually is. The fibers of the floss really fill in the lip, so it doesn't look like there's, you know, there won't be skin tone coming through on the lip. Okay, so for Scary Spice, let's get her some pants. First things first, her pants come quite a bit of the ways up. They're like just under her belly button. Now, what I think is gonna be tricky is stitching her pants, because I think the temptation would be to do like gold floss, which is maybe the best bet. Maybe that like rayon floss would be good, because if you look, you're like, oh, it's gold pants, but like there's these like dark greenish bluish tones, and then that's actually almost near white the way it reflects, so it's kind of a tricky color. And it's actually darker than, I don't know, it's like not just a one color situation. So I think, I don't know, something in between. Yeah, we'll call it like just that. Okay, and then I'm gonna just group these together as their own individuals so that I can go in here. We'll, let me give her a top first. How about that? She's got, it's kind of just like a sports bra shape, pretty basic. So let me give her one more row of stomach. This comes down pretty far, but we'll fix that with diagonals. We'll give her a waist as well. Maybe we need one more row of sports bra. Yeah. Okay, now I'll do her skin tone. She has lovely, let's say medium brown skin. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the mermaid unicorn colors. Yeah, it's like really iridescent. Like holographic almost, or something. And what's funny is now I feel like the color that I chose for her outfit isn't quite right against her skin tone, even though it was feeling better against the lighter skin tone. So let's see. It is a gold, so let's pull it into gold territory. It's not yellow though. Yeah, maybe kind of like this. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so now let me move this over and I'll mimic the waist that I have figured out already for Posh Spice, because I like the proportions of Posh Spice, so we'll see if they work for Scary Spice as well. I think they do. So I'm just going to copy these guys and flip them for perfect. I actually really like the way that looks. Yeah, and that actually helps the pants give sort of that lower mid-waist rise. We probably will want to add her belly button. We can do a little French knot, but it definitely, like, it's there and it contributes to the look of the portrait. So, of the, you know, it's like almost part of her outfit almost, like it just is the way it looks. So we have a little belly button. I'm gonna ignore her shoes for a second. They overwhelm me. Let's work on the line of her top. The straps is the word I'm looking for. The straps kind of cut in on either side this way. So we'll do that and then fill in her shoulder again. And then it's a big scoop neck up the front. So we can do that. I think that'll make the straps look too thin, right? Yeah, but the scoop is more gradual. Interesting conundrum. I mean, if I do half stitches, is that going to be too low is my question. That's not right. That's closer, but it's not the right shape. How could I fix that? Maybe if I do a little halfy half. Really subtle difference, but technically correct. We like technically correct, don't we? But this could also be a situation where am I focusing too much on getting it perfect instead of getting it to look right? Because the pattern, it now comes to a point right in the center, and she actually has sort of this wider, flat neckline that then has a dramatic scoop up. Doesn't she? So what if we got rid of that? Whoopsie. Made it flat across. Got rid of those. Fun idea, not quite right. And just dramatic scooped up. What if we made this like that, and then what if we gave her a strap? But we could stitch it thick, you know what I mean? Is that a better shape? Actually, like that. It's amazing the difference little angles can make. Getting closer. I like the neckline here. That's right. What about just like that? Or should that just be 3 up? I actually think that's the best so far. Versus that. And we could do a little just a little extra stitch there for more width. Maybe even bring this down like this. Yeah. Yeah, that shape looks right to me. I think the neckline. Maybe that's even more right. A true 45-degree scoop. I think that's correct. Or the most correct that I'm going to care to get at this point. So let's give her some hair. She's got those cute little Scary Spice buns. I'm just gonna first outline the shape of her hair. So it goes all the way around her face. It's not super long. Maybe to her shoulder, like that. Actually, no, I don't like it. Yeah, I think that's more correct. So then she's also got curly hair. It kind of comes out like that. That's maybe even too much. But curly hair, again, I like to design as if I'm going to cross stitch it, just to make sure the shape stays correct. And then this kind of rounds out like that. Okay, and then her hairline, oh, I do see ears. So let's give her some ears, because that might help give the shape of the face, the correct shape of the face. She's also got dark red lips. Big old smile, so I don't know that we'll do like the pucker lips like Posh Spice. And then her hairline, she kind of has some, I don't want to say like sideburns, but her hair, you do see it come into her ear, and then it tapers upward. And I'll just fill it out like this, just with a little 2-to-1 stitch. And we could probably also get away with putting a little more height to her hair because of the volume of the curls. So if we wanted to, we could actually take this up one more, which is kind of fun. And maybe as a result, we could elongate the forehead even a little bit more. That might be too much. I don't know. We'll see. So we also need to add a little height for her sorry, I keep starting sentences. For her platform shoes. Is that right? Just gonna replicate what I did on the other side. I don't know, her forehead might be too high now. Yeah, a little bit too high. So we'll keep the forehead the way it was. And actually, I think I just need it to feel a little more square around her eyes, because her hair doesn't come down around her eyes the way it comes down Posh Spice's face. That might be my issue. Just move the hairline out a little bit. Make it a little more square. Maybe what I need is half stitches. This will all be easier to do if I do real hair stitching techniques as well. And maybe like that. It's subtle, but it does make a difference, doesn't it? Yeah, that might make the difference. Okay, so now how do we do these little buns? This is cute. So let's just make a bun and then we'll see where we can put it. I think it's pretty much just this shape, if I shave off like that, is that going to be big enough is the question. And then it's also wrapped in gold. So let's give it some wrapping. I wonder if this simple shape will be enough. Oh yeah, and the diagonal, the there are zigzag parts. Remember those from the 90s? Zigzag parts, man. How funny. Does it need to be a little bigger? Might need to be a little bit bigger. Oops. So that would be that size. Let me make this one a little bit bigger. How would I make it bigger? I guess if we just expand it by like that maybe. Give it a taper as well. That's kind of interesting. I think that's a more accurate shape based on what is in the photo. Oh, a curved square neck. I'm seeing this comment. Yeah. It is. It is like a square neck, but not squared. It's kind of a strange one. Oh, Merope, that's an interesting question. Yeah, do you want to get as detailed as to represent like cleavage? Never done it in a Stitch People portrait. Always just sort of left it implied, but it wouldn't be inaccurate. I think this needs, I'm just going to outline it in like a light brown just for visibility of my pattern design. Not that I would actually stitch it with that around because it's going to be a little bit raised anyway. And I'll probably stitch them with Boolean knots, but I do want to be able to, you know, get the placement right and everything on here. So we'll just give it a little bit of an outline for visibility. Okay, I think this shape is better. And I think I can just put it right down near the hairline here. Like that. Maybe at that halfway point. Yeah, I think that's correct placement. How funny. For the buns, you use 2 different colors at the same time. Are you asking about like the dark hair tone color and then the gold bun wrap as the 2 colors? Does that make sense? I think for the buns, I'd probably just stitch it in the same color as the hair and then go over top it with the gold. Yeah, I think I would do 2 separate just to make sure that the gold really has the wrapping effect. Okay, I definitely think that's the right size bun, so I can get rid of the other bun. I'm gonna move Posh Spice over. So, yeah, Merope, you bring up an interesting question because we could take the color of the belly button and we could just do like a little, like a little, you know, that situation if we wanted to. I don't see why not. You do what you see, right? That's what we're looking at. So it's definitely an option. We could also do, if we wanted to, just like a little bit of a shape here with her mouth. because she always had her mouth open, right? Like huge big smile, or like you know. I think in the poster her mouth is open. Yep, with her tongue piercing. Oh, you know what? You just made me think of Mom Hawk. Is since it's like a scooped square neck, is that going to create too much of a point in the middle? Yeah. If we only had just a little more room. Stitch People portraits are just so tiny. Who decided that? So we could give eyebrows if we wanted to. Because the eyebrows can help convey like an emotional state, right? So Posh Spice's being all low versus hers being kind of fun. It's an option. I'll leave them in just for fun, but we'll decide as we go. So then we've got platform shoes, which will be really fun. And they go to the bottom of the, I mean, they're literally like twice. Is that too much? We will see. Big red platforms. And then the shoe itself is the same color as the pants. I mean, that almost looks like a costume where the shoes are attached to the pants. That's kind of interesting. And then there's like yellow streak. Do we want to give the toe a little? Yeah, yep. And then black laces, yellow streak. I don't know if that, not quite. It's just a little doopy-doo like this. If we're getting very technical, which we do like to do, there's black on the bottom. I don't know how either. And they danced in these shoes. It's unreal. We want to bring the toe up and do like this. That's what I'm seeing. So let's do it. That's kind of fun. That's really fun. So we've got our first two done. Interestingly though, their height is not all that different. So maybe Posh Spice needs a little more height. And we could get away with one more strappy, probably. Yeah, cool, I dig it. Now we've got Baby Spice, more platforms. And another little dress. I was just thinking I could copy Posh Spice over to like redo the dress, but that won't take very long. So if we just create the shape of the dress here, she's got this neckline. We'll deal with, do we see her straps over here? Yes, spaghetti straps. Very similar shape to Posh Spice's dress. So I'll just use that for reference. And pink. Very pink. Cute. Okay. And Posh Spice's dress shape. We'll recreate that really quick. Bring that down. needs some straps. The hair will be fun to tackle here. Everybody's hair is so unique. She's also got the necklace. Classic, pretty sure it says baby. Give her let's see. Just playing with the waistline here. Okay. She's also got a, I guess we could call it argyle. Very subtle pattern over top her, her dress. So I actually think just doing single thread cross stitches, like I'll cross stitch the whole thing in very light pink and then do single thread cross stitches over top it for the argyle effect. Easy peasy, you know. Probably outline around just like with Posh Spice for consistency. And yeah, looking good. Okay, so now we already know what shape we need for those platforms, which do appear to be the same size as Scary Spice's platforms. So we'll take these down, and she's also got knee socks. So this will go here, and then her shoes, kind of a pinky peach tone. Kind of an odd color, really. But then the shoe themselves is similar to the socks, so we'll do that. But there's these red details, so, and they hers are like high tops. That's interesting. So dark red. Just matching this high top shape. Maybe like that. Cool. Then actually, I would also like, I'm gonna sneeze. I apologize in advance. I feel one brewing. Of course, now that I've talked about it, maybe I won't. That always seems to happen. Yep, it's gone. It's like when I feel a sneeze coming, if I talk about it, then it goes away, which is silly. I think I'll just have a line up here to differentiate the shoe from the socks. And I think the socks could use one more row of height. Let's see how we're looking. I think the dress could use one less. Interestingly enough. Look at the light. Yeah, I usually do that. But on a class with the microphone right up near my face, I'm okay to let the sneeze go so you guys don't have to hear it. I regret doing that with the row of the dress. Perfect. Okay, so now we have the opportunity to do her hair, which is just big pigtails and bangs. So if we get some blonde going, sure, that works for now. You know what, my friends, I've been very good at working at my water bottle, and I'm overcome with the need to run to the loo really quick. And instead of just like wiggling here in my chair while I teach the remainder of the class, I'm hoping it will be all right with all of you if I take 2 minutes. Take a quick 2-minute break, and then I will be right back, and we can pick up right where we left off. But in the meantime, I have finished her bangs while I have explained to you my situation. So let me quick pull up our stream. I'm going to pause really quick. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Thank you, friends. Okay, I'm back. As are the dogs. They all got excited when I got up and they wanted a bathroom break too. So, and they are senior dogs and they are deaf dogs. And so it just took a minute to wrangle them back inside. Okay, back to Baby Spice. So she's got these little buns that pop up and over her head. We'll see what this looks like to round out her head like this. And then actually like this maybe. And then like this. There we go. So then I could do like French knots, maybe. And then this is just going to be like big long strands. I guess, how would I cross stitch it if I was only cross stitching? I do like to do that challenge. So squares. And then her hair just comes down quite a ways. I mean, I guess this would be the cross stitch version. Maybe. Is it weird if we take it like out more? Yeah, that's weird. They do kind of come down. It's hard because the Stitch People heads are so wide in comparison to the bodies, just stylistically, that like technically her hair comes up and over and like straight down, and it comes, because shoulders are usually wider than the heads, not exactly as wide as the heads. So let's look at our other picture poster reference. We do see some ear in there. So I wonder, should we give her ears? Would that help differentiate? Probably that'll help differentiate the hair, you know, going around outside the face a little bit. Yeah, that's cute. She does have pieces that go quite a ways down her face. So that's how I would cross stitch it probably. I don't love what's going on up here, but even if I was cross stitching it, these would be like diagonal stitches, big French knots, and I could make the curve of that a little more sensible. Maybe I represent it with half stitches. That's a little better. Yeah. Okay, and then Baby Spice has her big old necklace. So we'll just we'll do that. I guess it's just the words that's kind of big, so we'll leave the chain a little less. Okay, cool. So next, feeling good about her. Next we have Ginger Spice with the big Union Jack. Hello. What the heck did I just do? I think I released my frame there, so let's clip that out again. There we go. We'll make that. There we go. And okay, now I've got it all sorted. So let's see what Ginger Spice is up to. She's got a tank that has kind of a, it's almost like a corseted tank, because it comes to a point down near the belly button. Then she's got these like booty shorts. I never really did understand Ginger Spice. But to each his own. So booty shorts, See, Scary Spice, her belly button is showing and she has 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. So do booty shorts only need 3 rows up to the belly button? That looks a little bit too... But with the angles, everything. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. What if it's like it's too narrow, too thin or something? My design versus what I'm seeing. But she does have some shape to the way these lay around her hips and also the cut around her thigh. So what if we did this? Bam. Nope, that ain't it. They would need to go down. Like that, maybe? Sometimes you think something's going to work in your head and you don't account for other things. And that made it look like a diaper. That's not right either. So maybe like that? Oh no, the angle's wrong. The angle's wrong. What I need to do is... That's what I need to do. There we go. Is that right? And then to do this, yeah, that's a closer shape, but it does look a bit diaper-ish. Let's give her a waist and a top. I'm sure like the the nothing on the top is like, that's what you put like a 6-month-old in on a hot day. Like, yeah, just a diaper, nothing on top. There we go. Already she's looking better. We will have an adult woman in a diaper. Here we go, right? Just kidding. I like that her straps do sort of cut straight down the arm. That makes our lives a little easier. Let's see. Yeah, no, Merope, I totally agree with you. It was just a little too square looking. Yeah, it doesn't have the right angles. Similar to Scary Spice, she has like a scooped square neck, like Mom Hawk pointed out, but Scary Spice's is a narrower one. So this does come to a point, though. The question is it... Do we just go 3 over like that? Or do we do like this? Because it does sort of just kiss the top of her waistband there. Is it like that? I mean, that's kind of technically right. Oh, she's missing a waist though. So let's do like we've done for Scary Spice and Posh Spice and see if that helps. Because then this could go like that. That's correct. And then she just needs some hips here. And if we made that more of a half situation, like this, and we make the hips a more gradual, there, that's okay by me. And when I stitch this up, you know, I'll be correct with my needle as to where I'm putting that. I mean, that's what we're looking at with Ginger Spice. She is a bit more tan, isn't she? So we'll just give her a little bit of a sun-kissed look. And she's got this dark red lip. She could probably use the same lips as Posh Spice. That's interesting. What if we did big lips and a smile? Could we do that? If we sort of did like this and big lips, just pulling up to the side ever so slightly to give it a smile look. Kind of like that, because she has a big beautiful smile, so I want it to look like she's smiling versus the Posh Spice lips would just look straight. Perfectly posh, wouldn't they? Let's add some details to her clothes, because she does have them. So she's got a little button. We can't see her belly button as prominently as on Scary Spice, so I'm not going to worry about it. She's got a couple of these rivets or whatever around her pockets. Plain top and then pearl necklace. Big thick pearl necklace. I'm just going to do one strand here to represent that. And then the hair shouldn't be too bad. I know that looks insane. It's got this like dark fake red and then those blonde super platinum bang strips. I don't know, whatever we did in the 90s with those weird bang strips. Her hair comes down like this. We'll shape it in a second, but this is just getting the length in. Her hair line comes down. She doesn't have a huge forehead, so we'll just give this a, give this a nice curve, like so. And then the platinum bang strips come down quite a bit. So we'll figure that out when we get there, maybe like this. Oh, thanks, Merope. Yeah, she's coming along. She's a fun challenge. So let me copy and paste this. Yeah. Yeah, I mean she's got, yeah, I actually think that's quite right. We just need to shape the rest of her hair. So what I've been doing for the other gals is like this. We'll see if it is the same. Rounding out the head in this way. She does have that teased look though. Should we give her one more row of height? It's like that vintage 60s bouffant kind of a look. Yeah, I mean, that's correct. That's what we got going on with her. And in fact, what we could do, since we could give this one more little boost of height in her forehead. I don't know if this is going to be too much forehead now, but like this. maybe... what am I doing here? We need that to be platinum. Okay, I just wanted to round... Yeah, okay. So what I wanted to quickly see is if rounding out the bangs just a bit more to go up and over instead of straight down. I do like the effect there. So this, on the other hand, that's not quite right. Maybe that needs to be like that. No, it does get thinner. That'll come into place when I stitch it, I think. But it does give me the option of being able to see her eyelashes, which I need to put back in now. If I take these guys and make them just a little bit thinner, because it does thin out. I just sort of want, what I'm going to do is use my straight stitches to just show what I want to do here, like that. So we'll do da 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 dum da dum da dum da dum. Okay, I know I'm being very nitpicky, but that is the name of the game sometimes. Cool. Now her hair does a little bit what Posh Spices does, which is just a very natural shape that sometimes happens with straight hair that doesn't want to always be straight all the time. And her hair really does sit around the shoulders more, so we'll just give her that. And since I think it's pretty much the same on both sides, we'll just copy and paste and see where that gets us. One, two, three, four. Great. And we'll just plop that right in. Like that. Yeah, I feel great about that, to be honest with you. Cute. There's our Ginger Spice. Yeah, now that I'm looking at her forehead, I don't know that it goes that far up. I'm second guessing myself. I'm second guessing everything. I'm second guessing my whole existence. I'm not. Just this. Yeah. We had it right the first time. See, it took zooming out to realize sometimes I just get too zoomed in. Okay. Like that. Perfect. I think this is still the right technique here. It's just changing where these straight stitches are going to go. Great. Okay. Yeah. Now, our last spice goil. We have 3 minutes. I'll go over a little bit just to make sure we have it finished. Oh, I didn't do her Union Jack shoes. My. I will, just for the fun of it, especially since last month's class was a little short, I will see this one through to the end for everybody. I want to see it through to the end. I think it's going to be fun. These boots are a little more structured than the sneakers, so I don't think I'm going to, yeah, I'm not going to take off the toe. They do go up maybe to there, so let me just make these dark blue. Great. Then I can add the Union Jack detailing with straight stitches or, you know, straight lines. How would they look from the side? So I only see them from the front. So the white will go maybe straight down the center like that. And then like this. And then maybe like, there's an up angle, a middle angle, then lower angle that goes down to the platform itself, like that. And then this one kind of goes down around the ankle to give it a little more thickness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stroke, let's give that, yeah, just a little more. And then I'll copy that and paste that and turn it red so we can get the red. Make that a little thinner. And we'll see how that looks. If that, oops, if that's going to give us the same effect as that Union Jack. Yeah, I think that'll work. And a lot of it will come through with stitching. The red just needs to be like on the front, I think, like that. So yeah, that works. And the front of the shoe would be all red, just the toe, the way it goes. So I'll just add one more little stroke of red up here. Perfect. It's, again, it's kind of an approximation right now. A lot of it will come through with the stitching. There we go. Cute. Now we have Sporty Spice. Cute. She'll go quick because sneakers. Love those. All right, Sporty Spice, with your pants and your sneaks. Pants that go up to the belly button. We already know that was 3 rows. Thanks for Scary Spice for helping us test that. And then thanks to Posh Spice for the waist situation. We could, I think we'll still give a waist to Sporty Spice, even though she's not wearing as like waist accentuating clothing. We still, you know, for consistency and whatnot. Then her top comes all the way down. It's kind of straight across. Like so. Perfect. We'll give her the spaghetti strap situation of the 90s. Thank you so much for that. I did not like spaghetti straps. Okay, like this. Color's perfect. Oh, thanks. Let's see. She's got like a thing on her wrist, so let's give her the thing. And you know, wonder what it would look like if we did that. Is that weird? That's a little weird. She's showing less midriff than everybody else. So I'm wondering if I just sort of cheat it in the way that I stitch it. I'm gonna sneeze. That one was real. Okay. Okay, I'm getting all distracted. Let me finish her top here, because the spaghetti strap does scoop a bit. For all intents and purposes, it's like straight across. I think you can see it better in the, yeah, like there's a mild scoop here. Thank you, Marope. There's a mild scoop here, but it's pretty much just straight across. I wonder. Maybe the pants just need to come all the way up. Maybe that's what I'm facing here. Yeah, I think maybe that's the solve. That's the better way of doing this. There's also a little bit of bagginess in her pants, which I think would be cool if we accounted for. So I'm just going to give myself some half stitches to play with. I don't know, maybe this is silly, but just Maybe like that. I don't even know. Maybe just at the bottom is enough. Maybe. Yeah, I like that. The way it just sort of pools towards the bottom of her legs. Now these are just going to be sneakers. I mean, she had it made in the shade. Her poor bandmates with their platform shoes. She's like, I'm the sporty one for footwear. Smart girl. Did not mean to do that. Here we go. Diagonal. Oh yeah, that could work. Like this. Kind of a thing. Just a little more subtle. This I was going to do just to get some of this blue in the sneakers. I guess that would be more like that. And we'll maybe just do, just like this with the red check. So we'll just do a little red in here as well. And we'll do a quick underline, and then we'll do her hair. It's like, you know, sneakers, toe, heel, toe, heel. Her hair, once again, is kind of that Monica look from Friends. And it comes down around her shoulders. I guess shoulder length was the in look. Pretty square around the top, so we'll just give some basic angles around the face. And similarly to Posh Spice and Ginger Spice, we'll give this a bit of motion with our 2-to-1 stitches that just help elongate the... Oh yeah, and I did around the head as well. So this, 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 this. Breep, 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 and then kapow, kapow. Her hair's pretty full though, so let's bring these down. Her hair comes pretty close to her eyes, doesn't it? So like that maybe? Just testing it, just testing it. Yeah, I think so too, Merope. Wonder if this is too much of a swoop. Maybe we need these. No, that's a little square. That's still a little square, so that is the right thing. She does have a large forehead, at least square. Maybe it's like this. That's gonna look weird, but just, yep, that's not right. Aha, but it's the right shape. So what if we did this half? does come over across her face. And maybe like that. Yeah, it's better. Better, but not perfect. I think if we had like a little diagonal, again, this will all change when I do like the real hair techniques or whatever. We'll just be fudging a lot in the design. Yeah, that's pretty good. The hair is also darker brown than that. That helps. And then maybe what this needs is like that. Yeah, I think that's the difference. She just has a longer face, you know, so the Stitch People face itself is not perfectly ideal for her. I think also her hair is just a little bit longer, so I can get away with bringing it down around the face a little more. Maybe this needs to be, it's probably going to be too square. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that though. That's closer. That's better for the real hair techniques. And then down here, we've just got some of this going on. Maybe if we're in half stitch land, we can do half stitches. Why not? Yeah, I don't know. Something's not quite right with the hair. We're just gonna have to make some exceptions and get it as close as we can, because it's impossible to get, you know, everybody's most accurate hairstyle. I think just like that is pretty darn close, because when you take away the reference photo and you get everybody all in a line, it is absolutely, positively no doubt that we have the Spice Girls, and that is pretty satisfying. So let's get that up here. We can do our little comparison. Let's see the height. So Baby Spice is crouching, so if she weren't, I feel like that would be fine. And then yeah, Sporty Spice is gonna be shorter than everybody. Maybe she's a little too short. Maybe she needs one more line of height in her legs. And then we could play with this a little bit if we wanted to. With the bagginess in her pants. Pulling towards the bottom because we have an extra row to play with. It's kind of fun. And maybe even we could add it around her knees, maybe? It's kind of fun. I don't want it to be perfectly symmetrical because pants rarely are, but that kind of works. It looks baggy at the bottom, and yeah, I mean, I think we just zig-zagged odd. Zig-a-zig. Oh. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Like, I'm looking at all the little details, and I honestly think we kind of nailed it. And even Baby Spice and Sporty Spice, I don't think need the big lips like the other ones have. I think we've got, I think we've got our Spice Girls. I think just for, I'm gonna try something since she is supposed to be the baby one and she's always crouching, whatever. If we remove one line of height, yeah, I think just like thematically, I want to see Baby Spice a little shorter. No, but now her proportions look wrong. So I would rather keep the proportions. We could also play with giving Sporty Spice just one more row of height. Just to see. So that she's appears to be, so everybody's eyes are all on the same line. I don't mind it. She looks pretty freaking tall, but I don't mind it. The way her pants are, I mean, they do give her a lot of height. So I don't know that I mind that. I like that they all look the same height, even with the platform shoes. So yeah, there's our Spice Girls. Everybody has one square between them, and there's our girl power. That's really, really fun. We did it. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, for your comments. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I did. It's fun to make, you know, pop culture-y icons. You know, it's fun for the exercise of it, just to see if we can't get people looking like they're meant to look. So anyway, thank you for joining this design workshop. Hope you had fun. And we could tackle, I have the techniques workshop, I believe, on Saturday. So check the emails and the Instagram posts and calendar to join for that. We could stitch up the Spice Girls, or I'm working on another project that I was planning on doing. So anyway, it'll be one or the other. And yeah, it'll be fun to see you all on Saturday. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. And I just want to say ta-ta for now, and we'll see you Saturday. Thanks, everybody. Bye.